Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a Halloween plant video. So today we have a little spooky Halloween style video. I'm really excited about it. I really love this time of year in general. I love fall, everything about it, the leaves, the weather, the pumpkin, the smell of the air, and I absolutely love Halloween. I love dressing up. It's so much fun. And now I have little ones that I get to dress up and take out trick-or-treating every year, and it's just so much fun. We all have a blast. So I really wanted to do a video for this Halloween. This is by no means my idea. I've seen other people do this even last year, but I thought that in this video we could shed some light on some of my more spooky plants, or some of my Halloween-y plants, if you will. Plants that have more of a darker foliage, or just put off some type of creepy or Halloween or dark vibe. I have several here to share with you guys, so let's go ahead and get into it. I do have a lot of begonias for this video because I tend to have quite a few darker foliage begonias. I guess we can start with this one, and this is a Begonia dark mamba. I mentioned her in a video not too long ago, and that she's really crowded in her pot. She needs up potted, but it's okay. She's doing all right. She's drying out a little too fast. That's why you see some of the damage on the leaves. Begonia dark mamba has these almost black leaves. They're like a very, I don't know, like a very dark blood red. In certain lightings they do look black, and then they have this lime green coming out from the middle. Very beautiful begonia. Definitely reminds me of Halloween. Very cool little begonia. I really like this one. Number two is gonna have to be this really cute little Peperomia rosso. His blooms are dying, so I really should have picked those off beforehand, but this is a really unique and interesting little peperomia. I love this one. Look how full and bushy this little guy is. All of his leaves are literally turned towards the window, but he has this really cool dark green leaf, and then we turn him around, he has this stunning deep red color on the backs of his leaves. Definitely gives me all the Halloween vibes, but isn't he just the cutest? I think that dark green mixed with that super dark red is just, those two colors complement each other so well. Okay, another begonia. This right here, guys, is one of my absolute favorite begonias, and this is Begonia Taco Night. Look at him. This was a plant that I got from Steve's Leaves, and I absolutely love it. So it has this really cool shape to the leaves, and then the leaves are literally almost black. This is probably, aside from the one I'm going to show you in a moment, this is probably my darkest leafed plant that I have. It's beautiful. Like, this one truly is almost a black color, and then the back sides of the leaf again are red. There's definitely going to be a theme. Dark leaves, red backing, yes. But I adore this plant. I think Begonia Taco Night would be a lot happier in an enclosed space, like a cloche or something like that. But obviously he's just way too large for that. He doesn't fit in any of the cloches that I have or that I've made. He did really well, honestly, up until fall came, and then I started to notice some of these crispy leaves. I did up pot him into this larger pot because he was drying out way too fast, but this is just such a gorgeous begonia. The new leaves come in super dark, very cute. Yeah, it definitely gives me those spooky vibes, and I love him So the next plant on my spooky list is my gorgeous Calathea Fasciata. Someone actually pointed this out. They seen like a little snippet of this plant in my tour and asked if that's what this plant was, and yes, it is. So this plant is absolutely gorgeous, guys. It reminds me very much of Calathea orbifolia, only a dark leafed version. I love orbifolia. I used to have one that I lost over the winter, unfortunately, but I do plan on having another one. But this one was really on my list. Like, I love the orbifolia, but I knew that if it was between the orbifolia and the fasciata, that I wanted the fasciata first. So I got this back in the spring from Plantarina, and my has she grown. She does look a little bit meh right now because she is recovering from spider mites. So she did have spider mites, but she is free of them now. These were her two kind of newer leaves, and as you can see, they're massive. I think she definitely is really enjoying the grow light. So I have been rotating her because I would really like to get some of these larger leaves, you know, on the other sides of the pot. But yeah, I absolutely love this plant. I did go ahead and shine her leaves for you guys because, oh my gosh, when this plant is shined, it's just like, oh, so pretty. But where the leaves are so large, it's definitely a dust collector. So yay me, I actually dusted for once. But she's beautiful. It has this really pretty green with this dark, almost black veination coming down through the leaves. On the back sides, we have that beautiful burgundy, red, purple that so many Calatheas offer. It's just truly a gorgeous plant, and I love her. So I definitely wanted to talk about her and put her on my spooky plant list. We have a new leaf. The new leaves look like little cinnamon sticks when they come in. They're just so cute. We have my little jewel orchid, or Lucidia discolor. Yeah, I just actually transferred her. I just moved her into a soil mix, but I do have sphagnum moss mixed in with the soil and covering the top of the pot just to keep that moisture in, because this plant really doesn't like to dry out completely. The jewel orchid is absolutely gorgeous. I really want the one that looks like lightning bolts. Those are so pretty, but it has these very dark black velvety leaves with these really pretty pink stripes coming down through the leaves. It's just gorgeous, honestly. The camera's really not going to do it justice, but this is definitely a dark foliage plant. Definitely gives me Halloween vibes. Really, really beautiful. This jewel orchid here has really made me want to get more jewel orchids. There's just so many really beautiful varieties, and I don't know, I think the dark leaf mixed with that velvet is just so gorgeous. I'm really proud of this plant. Okay, the next plant that we have with dark foliage is going to have to be my really cute Begonia Yto. Love her. She is living in a cloche still. She has a cloche all to herself now, and she seems to be liking that. Some of the leaves look a little bit curled just from where she dried out a little bit too long, but she's actually doing really well. We have some new growth coming in here. This leaf shape, for whatever reason, reminds me of lips. You know what I mean? Yeah, so we have this really dark, I guess it's kind of a dark red leaf with the lightning bolt green coming down through the middle, which I just think is so cool, so pretty. I really love this girl. She has actually grown quite a lot since I got her. When I got her, most all of her leaves were snapped, so I really had to rehab her and, you know, help her recover, and she's recovered really well. And doesn't she look so pretty in this little white planter? I just think she looks so good. Begonia Yto. I told you guys I have several begonias on this list today. Of course, you guys know that I'm not going to leave out the ZZ Raven. I mean, how could you? I feel like everyone talks about this plant as a Halloween plant, and there is good reason for it. It's the perfect dark foliage Halloween plant. I got mine actually at Walmart when Trending Tropicals, the one and only time Trending Tropicals came to my Walmart. I picked this up, and he's actually grown quite a bit. He shot off a couple new stems. They already turned black, so it's been a little while, but the leaves are literally completely black, like a raven, hence the name. I love ZZ plants in general. I'll really have to show you guys my big green ZZ because he is just massive and so pretty. This is my ZZ Raven, and of course he is definitely a Halloween themed plant for sure. Okay, we might as well get to this guy right here since he's in frame. This is my Alocasia Black Velvet. He's just recovering from spider mites as well. All of my Alocasias are, and my Calatheas. I have several plants recovering from my annual autumn spider mite outbreak. So this leaf is kind of turning a little bit chlorotic. He did just bloom, but I'm assuming that the bloom wasn't healthy, so I'm assuming that was a defense mechanism. I've heard that a lot of times when plants are stressed out or they feel, under attack, that they will attempt to bloom as like a last resort type thing. So I did go ahead and cut the bloom off so the plant could put its energy into the leaves and just recovering in general. But yeah, this is a gorgeous Alocasia. He has really large, beautiful leaves. They honestly don't even look real. They are very velvety. Very, very velvety, but it's weird because they feel like velvet, but they also feel like plastic. Feels like a velvet covered plastic leaf, really. And the backs are really cool, especially when the new leaves come in because the veination is very bright, light green. It's very pretty. We actually do have a new leaf coming in right here, so hopefully, that leaf is healthy. I think everything about this plant really screams Halloween, from the shape to the veination to the color, just everything. It's so beautiful. I love my black velvet. I actually was thinking about selling this plant for a while, and I was just looking at it and I was like, why would I even consider? I was really glad that I didn't sell it because I do love it. It's beautiful. I just get really tired of the spider mites. I have about 4 different varieties of Alocasia right now, and I love them so much, and they're all doing very well. But it is frustrating that they are the ones that always end up with spider mites. So I haven't really been bringing in any new Alocasias for that reason, but I'm not going to get rid of the ones I already have because they're just so beautiful, and honestly, it's worth the occasional spider mites to have them. So love my Alocasia Black Velvet. Really, I could show you guys all of my Alocasia in this video because I feel like most of them have kind of a Halloween type vibe to them. Okay, let's do another begonia. So this is my lovely Begonia Yto that I was gushing over in my plant tour. Had to include this. The shape of the leaves are incredible, but the colors that you get with this begonia is just, oh my gosh, amazing. You have almost black, lime green, burgundy red, and even purple in certain lightings on certain leaves. It's very cool. I love the ruffled, swirled leaves. And then the stems are actually kind of hairy. So there's a little bit of fuzz going on down the stems, which is kind of Halloween-y as well. But yeah, I definitely had to include this one. The foliage is just stellar, guys. It's amazing. I love this plant. Love this little begonia. Look how dark red the undersides of the leaves are. Such a pretty, pretty, pretty begonia. Okay, I forgot the name of this one, but this is a thirsty, thirsty girl. I could not keep up with her watering. I even tried to move her to this larger pot and it just doesn't work, but she's beautiful nonetheless. So we always have these droopy leaves, but just look at those. This is a Rex variety. I got this at Lowe's, I believe. And yeah, it has a very dark purple leaf, and then it has like a pinkish light purple flecking on the leaves, like little spots. And then some of the leaves also has green in it. This also has the swirly effect to the leaf, which is just so cool. It's a really pretty begonia. Like I said, mine looks a little bit scraggly right now just because she's so thirsty all the time. I can't keep up, but really pretty dark foliage begonia. I really love this girl as well. Okay, I wasn't sure if I wanted to include this begonia or not, but yeah, I can't help but to because she definitely gives me Halloween vibes as well. This is my very tall and wonky Begonia maculata whitey eye. I need to do better at staking her up, but she is living over under my grow light, And as we can see here, all of her new growth is coming in very red, very dark red, and very beautiful. I love this begonia. She does have several, you know, crispy bits to her, but regardless, she's still beautiful. I don't know, I feel like she has kind of like a bat wing shaped leaf, and then we have the darker green with the white polka dots, and I think it's really that dark red backing that gives her the Halloween vibe. She is beautiful. I'm probably going to end up trimming her up a little bit because she's very leggy at this point. I really love this girl. So yeah, this is my Begonia maculata whitey eye. The last plant that I want to include is another Calathea. Look at this beautiful babe. Again, excuse her. She's just got over battling spider mites, okay? She's still in rehab, but she looks so beautiful. So this is, I cannot pronounce the name, but I thought it was a Calathea zebrina, but it's not. This is Calathea zebrina, which I could also include in this video. But you can see there's definitely differences. This is Calathea, starts with a W. I'll have to put it on the screen. It's like Warrock. But it's known as the velvet leaf Calathea, I believe. It's amazing. It's so beautiful, but this plant definitely gives me, you know, spooky vibes. It has a very dark leaf. The leaves are also really large. Look how beautiful. Look at this new leaf that's coming in here. Isn't that gorgeous? That's one thing that I really love about this Calathea is the size of the leaves. They're just so pretty. And then we have a new plantlet that's came in down here. So this is a newer leaf here. The newer leaves are obviously a lot lighter. But yeah, they do tend to get pretty dark over time. The backs of the leaves also have that dark purple. It's not as prominent as it is in a lot of other Calatheas, but it is still there and it is still beautiful. So I definitely had to include my beautiful velvet leaf Calathea. I just love her so much. Definitely gives me the October vibes. Okay guys, I think that's all of the plants that I wanted to include in this video. There's definitely more that I could include, but we'd be here all night. I always have such a hard time choosing plants, I swear. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little dark foliage Halloween edition video. Let me know which one of the plants that I shared with you today is your favorite, and also let me know what plants you have in your collection that you consider to be kind of Halloweenish, that really give you those October vibes. I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all to pieces. I hope you have a spooktacular Halloween. May your dark leafed plants thrive this spooky season. Happy Halloween! Bye guys!